From Florida's 2, this is a 2 News Update.
Good evening, I'm Robin Chapman. Coming up on 2 News at 11, a last-minute appeal from the United Nations for Iraq to avoid war by withdrawing from Kuwait. Midnight is the deadline, but President Bush won't reveal his plans if Iraq chooses to ignore that deadline. Thousands of Iraqis, some armed with rifles, demonstrated in the streets today, calling this a day of courage. NBC News has learned that Saddam Hussein may have a plan to create an enormous oil spill in the Persian Gulf and set it afire. We'll explain the strategy, and we'll hear from local Arabs on the Gulf crisis tonight at 11.
Watch Steve and Robin for 2 News at 11.
Good evening. The deadline for Iraq to leave Kuwait is just an hour away. President Bush won't reveal if the U.S. will soon go to war, but the Pentagon says our troops are ready.
Thousands demonstrated in Iraq today, calling this the day of courage.
Here at home, families of soldiers anxiously await midnight.
2 News at 11 is next.
From Florida's 2, this is a 2 News Update.
Good evening, I'm Robin Chapman. The midnight deadline for Iraq is just 2 hours away. President Bush won't reveal his military plans, but the Pentagon says our troops are ready. A protest and counter-protest outside Orlando's Naval Training Center. Join us at 11.
Join Florida's 2 for the Mount Dora Arts Festival, February 2nd and 3rd.
With millions of gallons of pure water bubbling up from our springs, it's hard to believe that Central Florida even has a water problem. I'm Ed Highland, and water is one of the reasons 2 News created the E-Team. We'll explore man's impact on our area's pure water, clean air, and natural resources. The E-Team understands the quality of our life is linked to the quality of our environment. What we do today can make a difference. The E-Team, part of our commitment to news, part of our commitment to the future.
The governor gets briefed on the terrorist threats. Details tonight. Prayers, protests, and a midnight deadline. The Gulf crisis at 11.
A full hour of the Golden Girls, weekday afternoon starting at 4 on Florida's 2. On Florida's 2.
Up next, a drag race leads to death.
A child assassination with a swimming pool leaves the toddler fighting for his life.
Flood victims labor through the muck and mud left by Jerry.
And FSU fans line up to support the Seminoles on the Night Beat.
The latest on Hurricane Luis on the Night Beat.
Join us tomorrow for the NBA Telethon.
The latest on Hurricane Luis on the Night Beat.
Sally, weekday mornings at 11 on Channel 2.
From WESH, this is a 2 News Update.
Coming up tonight, a motorcycle driver dies after crashing at a drag race at Speed World, and a child fights for life after falling into a swimming pool at 11.
Walk for fun and walk for health in the Great Walk, sponsored by the Muscular Dystrophy Association. It all starts at 8:30 in the morning at the Katy Way Trail behind the Fashion Square Mall on Saturday, September 23rd. Call and register today.